हेलो एवरीवन एंड वेलकम टू द चैनल स्पीक एंड स्पैन लर्निंग। आज हम लोग कर रहे हैं क्लास 7 इंग्लिश लिटरेचर चैप्टर नंबर 5 द मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस के क्वेश्चन आंसर्स। सो कॉम्प्रिहेंशन क्वेश्चन ए, आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस। 1. Why did Bassanio need to take a loan from Shylock? Answer. Bassanio planned to travel to Belmont to win over a lady named Portia, for whom he had fallen. He did not have sufficient money and needed to borrow it to appear as a wealthy man to Portia. Since his friend Antonio could not lend him money, Bassanio needed to take a loan from Shylock. 2. What were the terms of the bond signed by Shylock and Antonio? Answer. According to the terms of the bond signed Shylock and Antonio, if Antonio failed to pay the amount on the said date, he would need to cut out a pound of his flesh equivalent to the money and give it to Shylock. Question number 3. What is the information that we have about the 3 caskets? Answer. Portia's father had left her 3 caskets made of gold, silver and lead respectively. The suitors of Portia had to go through a test and choose the correct casket in order to marry her. Question number 4. What happened to Antonio's ships? Why was he summoned to the court? Answer. Antonio's ships sunk and got lost in the sea. He was summoned to the court for the hearing of the case had to happen whereby the matter of repayment of Shylock's loan could be settled. Question 5. What did the Duke tell Shylock about the bond? Answer. The Duke told Shylock that everyone present in the courtroom was certain that the heartless terms of the bond were only to make Antonio feel scared. Everyone thought that Shylock would never actually do what had been proposed in the bond. The Duke added that because of the lost ships, Antonio faced a huge loss and thereby it was expected of Shylock to show mercy to Antonio. Question number 6. Who went disguised as the young judge and why? Answer. Portia went disguised as a young judge. Actually, she was a lawyer, but here judge word is used. Because she was a wealthy and intelligent lady who offered to pay the money on Antonio's behalf. When she heard that the matter had gone to court, she wanted to save Antonio, the close friend of her suitor Bassanio. Question number 7. How did Shylock meet his doom? Answer. Shylock lost the case against Antonio. He had to give away 1/2 of his property as fine to the court and other half to Antonio so that he could repay the gentleman who had recently got married. Therefore, instead of being able to take revenge from Antonio, he himself became a broken and a devastated soul. Question number B. Answer the following questions with reference to context. Context number 1. 3,000 ducats. This is a good round sum. 3 months from 12. Then let me see the rate of interest. Question A. Who is the speaker? Answer. The speaker is Shylock. B. What is he charging 3,000 tickets for? Whom is he charging it from? Answer. He is charging Antonio to pay a pound of his own flesh equivalent to the 3,000 ducats Shylock has lent him. C. Who needed this amount and why? Answer. Bassanio needed the money since he planned to travel to Belmont to marry his new-found love, Portia. But being extravagant, he had run out of adequate funds. He approached his close friend Antonio, who was a rich merchant. Since Antonio failed to lend him the money, he had to borrow it from Shylock. 2. You know what I will do. I have sworn by the holy Sabbath to take my penalty. Refuse me and your city's laws and freedom will be in danger. Question A. Who is the speaker of these lines? Answer. Shylock is the speaker of these lines. B. Why is a reference made to the Holy Sabbath? Answer. Reference to the Holy Sabbath is found in the 10 Commandments of the Hebrew Bible, which ask a person to work hard for 6 days and rest on the 7th day, which is regarded as a holy day when the God gives his blessings. There is an irony in what Shylock says with reference to Sabbath, because he is asking the judge to give him the due, that is, pay due to a devil person without any merits. Whereas the concept of Sabbath mentions about toiling and doing one's own work to get his or her dues from the God. He is trying to fulfill his evil intentions by referring to a holy book and its laws. Question number C. What penalty is he referring to? Answer. He is referring to the terms of the bond he signed with Antonio, in which it was mentioned that if Antonio failed to pay him his money, then he shall cut out a pound of his own flesh, equivalent to the money, as a penalty of his failure to repay. Context number 3. With all my heart, 3 or 4 of you go and fetch him. In the meantime, I'll read out Bellario's letter. Question A. Who speaks these lines in the play? Answer. The speaker of these lines is the Duke of Venice. Question B. Who is him in these lines? Answer. Him refers to Portia in disguise of a young lawyer who has been sent by Bellario to the court. Last question, number C. What are the contents of Bellario's letter? Answer. In the letter sent by Bellario to the Duke, it is mentioned that Bellario had fallen ill and therefore would not be able to attend the hearing of Antonio and Shylock's case. However, he has sent a young lawyer named Balthazar, who is very able and wise compared to his tender age. Bellario adds in his letter that he has discussed the case with the lawyer and both agrees on the same lines. Therefore, Bellario requests the Duke to allow Balthazar to act as the judge in this case.